Crimson Kitty, welcome back to my channel. This week is all about Thanksgiving, and I wanted to do a tutorial based on my favorite drink, Fireball. It is a Fireball sober versus drunk tutorial inspired by Tatiana over at the Kiki Queens. Please go subscribe if you like them. Alright, I'm going to show you how to get this thing going, so here we go. Okay, I like to start by prepping and priming off camera. Just makes it easier. I'm using my e.l.f. foundation stick. These are only $6 and they are amazing. I just wish they'd come out with more colors, to be honest. So I'm actually going to do my highlight points and regular foundation, and I'm blending it out with a beauty blender. You always want to dampen your beauty blender before using it. Now I'm going to go over with contour, and I'm just using some random contour that I have lying around the house. I have to get my new Mayron, but for now this will do, and I am doing my contour points. I'm going to make a separate video actually for this process so you understand a little bit better what I'm doing, and I'm actually blending this out. Look how fast that is. I wish I could go that fast in real life. Drag in 20 minutes. I wish. This is a Morphe contour brush. It's a nose contour brush, and it's actually one of the best items I picked up this year. To be honest, it's so easy. And when I blend with creams, if you notice, I actually was softening it up and warming it up on my hands. What are you gonna do? I like to warm up products on my hands. So this is the clown white, as you can see the look that I made, because I am a messy artist. My products look horrible. But these aren't products I only use on me. If I was working with a client, it would look different. So I'm doing the highlight, the nose, the cupid's bow, the chin area, and blending that out with the beauty blender. Now we're gonna go over and create what I like to call the foundation of the brow. I actually do this before I do any baking, and so it actually lasts longer this way. I've always had problems with brows lasting longer, and I started to experiment with this. So I actually found that it was useful for me. And now I have cats that are screaming in the background. Go to hell, cats. Super white, the only powder you will ever need in life, especially if you are doing drag. So I am just taking this brush, it's from Inklot, and it's a nice kind of crease, fluffier, and it's actually bigger, so it helps me. Now, a lot of people do this with a powder puff. I can never get powder puffs to stay long enough with 3 cats in my household, so this brush actually works out better for me. And I'm actually doing it right over the contour points. Now I'm going to highlight the under of the brow and above it as well, just to give it a little bit more shape. Now the face looks crazy, but we're gonna make it look beautiful. I'm taking my Makeup Forever Flash palette, and I want the contour to have a little bit more red in it, so I'm going over everywhere that I contoured and blending it out with a beauty blender. I usually wait to do the highlighting to see where I want to go with the look, and then I'll decide if I want to do a colored contour or not. The Makeup Forever Flash palette is my go-to palette for literally everything I do. And I'm just going over the lines. So what I'm doing is blending with the Beauty Blender. Truth be told, I could have blended a little bit better, but I was in a super rush to do this the day that I did it. And it happens. So now I'm actually going in the highlight points. Again, I'm going to make a video specific for this process so you can really understand what I'm doing, because you may not understand it as it's in a time lapse and I'm doing a voiceover, you know? Airspun. If you are not using Airspun, you are not doing drag. I don't care. So that is me holding my breath. I swear, if I actually die tomorrow, it is because I've inhaled this powder so much it's gone into my lungs. You want to do this in an area where you don't mind making a mess, like a bathroom, something like that. It is very messy, but you know what? At 5 in the morning, when my makeup still looks flawless, it'll be worth it. but as you can see, it's a lot of powder, and I tend to hold my breath. So what I'm actually illustrating right now is when I take the powder off, this is a process called baking. When I take it off, I don't take off the whole face at once. I actually take them off in quadrants. So I wiped along the eyes, and now I'm working on the eyeshadow itself. I don't use eyeshadow as the base. I use my Kryolan Aqua Color palette, and it's got everything from reds, yellows, greens, blues, a basic palette. And I am just blending, so I'm going to be using a yellow, an orange, and a red. And I'm starting on the yellow and the orange part, using the orange and then going over the yellow to blend it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the red and going over with the orange to blend the red and the orange. I don't want it to be solid colors. Now, when I'm using this, I don't actually have to go into the eyelid itself. I can honestly stop this point at the hollow of the eye, but I choose to do this just to see where everything is going, to make sure everything is proportionate. So literally, you are just doing it in 3 separate sections, and then just blending it with the color that you previously used before. Now, for the second side, what I'm doing is I'm making a mess of it, because I am doing this like I would be drunk or sober. So this is the Goldilocks Best Pigment Ever by Sugar Pill, and I'm using my red and orange from Inklot. Truth be told, I want Sugar Pill in everything. So that side I'm working on has got to be perfect. The other side, not so much. So now I am doing my crazy triangle lines. This is what I'm known for. But truth be told, this is what Divine's known for, and that's who I call inspiration for all my makeup. So I did it with my Cosetti brush that I showed you before, and I'm going with my Inklot shader over with some black. Now I'm going to take the first quadrant off and go into the brows with that same orange color I put into the brows. You can make the brow color any color, but I wanted it to be bright orange. And that's my wolf white, and I'm going in between the brow and the shadow just to create that highlight. So I'm going to start by doing my forehead contour. I think a lot of people forget about the forehead contour. You need it, otherwise your face looks like it's floating in space. I'm using a mix of gingerly and raisin from MAC for these. So now I am slowly but surely, as I'm working from the top to the bottom of my face, I'm taking off the baking process, as we like to call it. It's not called sandbagging. Whoever invented that is a douchebag. So on this side, I'm doing the same process as on the other side, but I'm making it a mess. And I'm also laughing at myself too. And I'm also kind of just figuring out, okay, the lashes are going to be lopsided on one side and perfect on the other. So now I've taken off the powder on the nose quadrant, and I'm going over, making a little button nose. I love little button noses. Going over again with a mixture of gingerly and raisin. One side is going to be very blended out. I want the other side to look like she just fell headfirst into her blush collection. This is my Tarte blush. Those Tarte with the Amazonian 24-hour clay, those are amazing. I want them in every color. And as you can see, I blend. When I blend my blush, I blend it into my contour, and I really go over it several times because I want it to look perfect. And I have an orange blush in my MAC collection. I completely forgot the name of it. And I want to go over with that as well. Oh, I love how fast this brush is. If only this were real life. And basically I'm just doing one side, then I'll go back to the other side, you know. My Ben Nye Lumiere in Ice, one of the best highlighters. I am such a perfectionist when it comes to makeup, so for me to make a mess on purpose was a little difficult. And that's where you're seeing all this laughter come in. So I like to highlight on the nose area, above where I place my contour and my cheek color, on the cupid's bow, in the forehead, and the chin area. I'm doing everything else with the exception of the chin because I'm going to do my lips later. Taking my sugar pill in Poison Plum, this is pretty much what I use to contour. It's a mix of a taupe, like Gingerly, and the Sugar Pill Poison Plum. It's such a beautiful color for contour. And I'm going into the colors as well. Now, when it came to my neck, I see some areas that I could have blended out more. Had I had a little bit more time, I would have been a little cognizant of that. But for now, we're just gonna make it work. Oh, and no, I'm not naked. I actually, if you're wondering, I have my onesie on that I just tied. Because I don't like to put makeup on wearing clothes, to be honest. So I'll wear like a strapless house dress. Oh, my makeup forever. Yes. I love these pencils. Sometimes for the holidays and my birthday, I'll get like a Sephora gift card. So I'll go in and purposely try new products out. And I like it. I got this and the pink color. I don't know if there's a color. I think they're by numbers, which always confuses me. Once again, me processing that I'm making a mess with makeup. It was easier to do with my skull, but like, this is my normal drag face, and I'm messing up my drag face. And it's taken me so many years of perfection to get it right, you know? So it's a little, not disheartening, but strange for me to mess it up. So what I do is I line my lips with the Makeup Forever liner, the entire lip, and then I will go in with a lip brush with my Kryolan Aqua Color. Again, this is actually the same red that I used on the edge of the eye. And one side I'll do perfect, the other side I will just get my life, apparently. Just smear it and make a mess. I think the smearing really kind of brought this together. So after that, I did the orange, and then I did yellow in the middle, just for a little gradient. Going over that side with the lashes, those are 2 stacked 301s. You have to, if you're doing drag, you have to own pairs of 301s. Mandatory. And then the bottom lashes are the, you know, the ones that you get from China, the ones that come in the white boxes. I just get that in triplicate.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I had so much fun with it. Even though this lash is giving me like the opposite of life, it's driving me crazy. I can't wait to rip it off. You know, while this was fun to do, like a fireball inspired makeup, you know, how you would do your makeup sober versus drunk, the realities are that we are coming upon Thanksgiving. You know, the holidays are going to hit us really hard, especially when we have, you know, opposing views, political and otherwise, at the dinner table. So drink responsibly. If you are drinking, if you are this level of drunk, do not get into a car. Be safe. Go with somebody that knows you. Go with somebody that cares about you. And be well. Alright? With that said, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I will be spending my day marching in the Macy's parade and then spending it with my family. Hopefully we will not get into a political debate or fight. So, yeah. That's it. Meow. Meow.